Gaura Priman.
Hare Bo.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
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 Yesho Swamedhan Shatamajaharam.
Yesho Swamedan Shatamajahara.
Saraswati Pradurabhaviyatra.
Saraswati Pradurabhaviyatra.
Ahashidayasya Hayam Purandaram.
Mahashasya Hayam Purandara.
Shatakratus Charame Vartamane.
Shatakratus Charame Vartamane.
Just about what? Esho Swamedhan Shatamajaharam.
Yesho Swamedan Shatamajahara.
Saraswati Pradurabhaviyatra.
Saraswati Pradurabhaviyatra.
Ahashidasya Hayam Purandaram.
Mahashasya Hayam Purandara.
Shatakratus Charame Vartamane.
Shatakratus Charame Vartamane.
Esho Swamedhan Shatamajaharam.
Yesho Swamedan Shatamajahara.
Saraswati Pradurabhaviyatra.
Saraswati Pradurabhaviyatra.
Ahashidasya Hayam Purandaram.
Mahashasya Hayam Purandara.
Shatakratus Charame Vartamane.
Shatakratus Charame Vartamane. Yesho Swamedan Shatamajahara.
Esho Swamedhan Shatamajaharam.
Saraswati Pradurabhaviyatra.
Saraswati Pradurabhaviyatra.
Mahashidasya Hayam Purandara.
Ahashidasya Hayam Purandaram.
Shatakratus Charame Vartamane.
Shatakratus Charame Vartamane. Esha,
Yesha,
this king,
this king,
Ashwamedhan,
Ashwamedha,
sacrifices known as Ashwamedha.
sacrifices known as Ashwamedha.
Shatam,
Shatam,
100.
100.
Ajahara,
Ajahara
will perform.
will perform.
Saraswati,
Saraswati,
the river of the name Saraswati.
the river of the name Saraswati.
Pradurabhavi,
Pradurabhavi,
became manifest.
became manifest.
Yatra,
Yatra,
where?
where?
Ahashit, will steal. Yasya,
Yasya,
whose? Hayam, ours.
ours.
Purandara,
Purandara,
the Lord Indra.
the Lord Indra.
Shatakratu,
Shatakratu,
who performed 100 sacrifices.
who performed 100 sacrifices.
Charame,
Charame,
while the last sacrifice.
while the last sacrifice.
Vartamane
Vartamane
is occurring.
is occurring.
Translation by His Divine Grace Abhajanam Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai.
At the source of the river Saraswati, this king will perform 100 sacrifices known as Ashwamedha. In the course of the last sacrifice, the heavenly king Indra will steal the sacrificial hearts. So there is no purport. Let's read the next verse. How do you go down?
Text 25, Prabhuji. Where it says text 25?
1625. I will just read the verse translation purport.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Eshastra sadmopavane sametyam sanatkumaram bhagavatantam ekam आराध्य भक्त्या लभतामलं तज ज्ञानं यतो ब्रह्म परम विदन्ति. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace Abhay Chanaranda Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Translation. This King Prithu will meet Sanat Kumara, one of the four Kumaras, in the garden of his palace compound. The king will worship him with devotion and will be fortunate to receive instructions by which one can enjoy transcendental bliss. Purport. The word Vidanti refers to one who knows something or enjoys something. When a person is properly instructed by a spiritual master and understands transcendental bliss, he enjoys life. As stated in Bhagavad Gita 18.54, Brahma Bhuta Prasannatma na sochati na kamshati. When one attains to this Brahman platform, he neither hankers nor laments, and he actually partakes of transcendental blissful enjoyment. Although King Prithu was an incarnation of Vishnu, he nonetheless taught the people in his kingdom to take instructions from a spiritual master who represents the disciplic succession. Thus one can become fortunate and enjoy a blissful life even within this material world. In this verse, the verb Vidanti is sometimes taken to mean understanding. Thus, when a person understands Brahman or the supreme source of everything, he enjoys a blissful life. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shlakaya Chakshurunmilitamena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kada Mahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurum Vaishnavamsha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhan Vitamsha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Rishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hare Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhaktaranda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Mukam karoti vachalam pangam rangayate girim Tatkripa tamam vande Sri Gurum Dinatarinam Paramananda Madhavam Sri Chaitanyeshwaram. Hare Krishna. I have no qualification whatsoever. So I am put on the spot to read and discuss Srimad Bhagavatam, this wonderful pastime of Prabhuji Maharaj. Please forgive me if I misspeak anything, but I will try to share whatever is from the purport and whatever I heard from our senior acharyas. Yes, Prithu Maharaj, he is incarnation of the Lord Himself, and but he is telling the people to take instructions from spiritual master. So the leader set an example. Even Krishna himself, even though he is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he himself has a spiritual master. So, and when those instructions are taken in a proper consciousness and mode, and in the proportion of Prabhupada says, the disciple will enjoy the bliss. So, very interesting. So, as we hear from Bhagavad Gita, Tadviddhi Pranipadena, Pariprashti Visaya, Upadekshanti Te Jnanam Jnaninas Tattvadarshina. Because the spiritual masters they realized souls, they know everything. But what should be our mode? How do we approach the spiritual master? So we have to approach in a very humble, submissive mood. And in that mood, if we approach, then the absolute truth is, the wisdom is revealed to us. And here in this purport, interestingly, Prabhupada is saying that he actually partakes of transcendental blissful enjoyment. So are we really having this transcendental blissful enjoyment? Or are we struggling? I'm talking about myself. I'm struggling because neither I am humble nor I have that submissive mood. The instructions keep coming all over Guru Parampara. We keep hearing, and also from senior Vaishnavas, the instructions keep coming, but they are coming, again I'm talking to myself, here from one side and then there is an outlet from the other side. So nothing is being absorbed and applied. That's because we, again I'm talking about myself, the key essential requirement here is one should have that humble mood and submissive mood to hear and apply those instructions. Then somebody will feel the real joy. And he says here, one can become fortunate, enjoy blissful life even within this material world. So, we know this material world is dukkhalayam shashvatam, a place of misery. But still, in this material world, a devotee can enjoy the bliss, transcendental bliss, and that's So is it on? Let us see that's calling.
Saturday, Sunday, not I started Bhagavatam only Saturday.
Yeah. Okay. Maybe for something else. Okay. So from the parampara, it's coming down, but the problem is we are not able to receive it, and with proper consciousness. That's why still that suffering is there. We are not enjoying that bliss. I was listening to Rajbihari Prabhu. So he was making a point like we are in this material world and we are bombarded with so many material things which are pulling us or attracting us. The moment you open your phone or the moment you open, you switch on the TV, everywhere you are bombarded with the material things. It's a dangerous world. You try to Google something and then something else comes, and then or you search for some article, or so you want to buy some item and then you search, and then your Yahoo Mail, your everywhere that gadget or related things come. So this is so much advancement technology had. Now they'll keep bombarding, even though you just, as a matter of fact, you don't even need, you are just browsing. But then everywhere, even in your emails you get. How come like this is happening? So we are bombarded with all these things. So and then there is danger in every step. Padam padam yati padam. But unfortunately, we are all, the human being is seeking happiness in this world. So how do we get happiness? Because we are searching in a wrong place. This is Dukhalaya. We can't go to Vidyalaya, an education institute, and ask for masala dosa. For others, you have to go to Bhojanalaya and then ask for it. So, unfortunately, this material world, which you all desire to come to enjoy independent of Krishna, is full of miseries. By the United States statistics, it is said 6% of the people are always in anxiety, and 90% of the people are in misery. And only 4% of the people are having some kind of a happiness. Maybe they are Tams Titikshasva Bharata, like maybe like they are in that. So Rajvi Hari Prabhu is making a point. He says acceptance is the key. So we are put into different situations, and sometimes there is no escape, isn't it? So we are here in this material world, and then we are just, sailing through or trying to swim through. But then, what is the escape? I was listening to his Holiness Indra Maharaj. He was telling, so this New Year we celebrated, isn't it? And we like devotees also celebrated New Year's Eve. And so he's telling, what is that one thing which we can adopt from the New Year's Eve celebration which is happening outside of our spiritual activity. So people are celebrating outside. What's happening? All regulative principles are broken. Yes? So liquor is flowing, I think somewhere in Switzerland, I think New Year's Eve. 40 people burnt alive. 40 people. New Year's Eve, 1 a.m. They were drinking and they were celebrating, and they put some kind of, the crackers or whatever that thing in the bottles, and they did like this, and then something on the ceiling caught fire. And 40 people and 160 or 150 people are very critically burnt. New Year's Eve. So breaking the regulative principles. Everything. Intoxication happens, gambling happens, illicit sex happens, everything happens. Meat eating. That's all the 4 regulative principles. So Maharaj is saying that these are all there for us. We follow these 4 regulative principles. But there is one thing we can adopt from them, at least on the material platform. One thing he said is the resolutions. But again, he made a point. It's not that we have to take again a special resolution. We already took. When we already took that, 4 regulative principles will follow, and 16 rounds of chanting. So the only resolution we have to take is, how can we become more sincere in following those regulative principles, and how can we be more sincere in chanting the holy names, which is the fundamental foundation for all our spiritual activities. Because if that one thing is lacking, which I've been struggling, because if that one thing is lacking, everything will follow. You will see like we are not able to do the service in proper consciousness. You come onto the altar, you do arati, but where is the consciousness? I don't know, some of your pujaris you might realize, but at least I don't have the full focus when I'm doing sometimes, mind takes away. Even though you're in front of the lordships, you are just offering the lamp, you're offering the flower, you're offering water, but still, mind takes us somewhere. So, the foundation is how we can sincerely chant, attentive chanting. More and more focus has to be given on that as part of a New Year resolution, that how can I chant properly. When I was talking to Amaran Prabhuji, I was talking, and he was here just on a one-on-one, and I'm just asking, and he said, looking at me like, I think you should keep chanting more beyond 16. But generally, 16 done, Prabhupada says, no, now I can do whatever I want, and then, so it's not that we have to, because Satatam Kirtayantam, always chant, because that is the basic principle, always remember Krishna, never forget Krishna. So that aspect is very important. And having come into this material world, sometimes we are put in situations where, as I was saying, there is no escape. Then what we have to do? You have to accept the situation. We will be hit with so many adversities in life, losing dear ones, or having health challenges. Like now, Vilisha Prabhu, our very dear Vilisha Prabhu has been so enthusiastically, blissfully preaching, and he is involved in so many activities and in building this wonderful congregation. But then suddenly some adversity came, some health challenge came. Now we can't just neglect it. It's been neglecting for many years, but point comes then you have to accept it, take it, and attend to that need. Because that acceptance is something which is critical in many situations. We saw he was giving an example, I forgot the brahmachari's name, was 30 years old in a congregation, and then he was diagnosed with terminal illness, 4th stage cancer. But he was telling he was very high, spiritual platform. He has accepted it. That's what he is telling. He is following the instructions of the spiritual master. That is the essence. The whole essence of this practicing Krishna consciousness is what? Finally, at the time of death, you are remembering Krishna. That means you are forgetting all your material miseries, your bodily platform, whatever miseries you are having, or the family problems you have, whatever. All those things are kept aside. And His Holiness Bhaktidev Maharaj is an example where, His Holiness Radhanath Maharaj says, he was, eagerly waiting, blissfully waiting for the day. So he gets up and says, oh, I'm seeing another sunrise today. So Krishna has given me another day. But not that, in spite of very, very, very severe pain he was having or suffering he is having, but still he is, enjoying that bliss. So that's what here in this purport it is telling us. So we have to reach that state. How do we reach that state? By following the instructions of the spiritual master. Otherwise, it will be it is like the cat catching the rat in the mouth. So what is the rat's feeling? It is, it is suffering. because it's going to die. But when the same cat catches the kitten within the same mouth, so what is the feeling of that kitten? It is feeling loved, protected. So it is explained, or Acharyas say that when death is coming, so or when this kind of an adversity happens, materialistic person will be in a denial state. But whereas a devotee is in acceptance stage. That's why they feel protected, like the kitten is being protected. So they feel protected, and as Srila Prabhupada says, when the python is chasing you and then you are going towards death, then a materialistic person is, totally bewildered. He is like, whereas a spiritual person is happy because he is going towards the lotus feet of Krishna. And as soon as he reaches Krishna, takes him into his fold. And now, the Krishna will chase the python away. So that's what Srila Prabhupada says. So that's a huge difference, isn't it? The situation is same. It's not the devotee won't suffer. The problems will come to the devotee, isn't it? Problems are inevitable, but suffering is optional. That is where a devotee's, the practice, sadhana, or how we are following the instructions of the spiritual master, and how we are taking the message from Srimad Bhagavatam. That is the difference. The problems are there for everyone. And many people think that, come to Krishna consciousness, my problems are all solved. No, that is not the thing. You will be having problems, but that endurance, that acceptance will come, and you will have the strength to face those challenges. And that will be taken as a mercy from Krishna. This is another aspect. I was having, Gaur Kumar Prabhu, New York,
Yes.
Bhakti Center. He was my roommate in Seattle, we were very close. And he was going through some health challenge in the room, and then he used to shout out, cry out, pain and all. Then I just said, Prabhu, I'm sorry, you're suffering. No, I'm very happy, Krishna is burning my karma. And the first time I heard, somebody is suffering, and then he's saying, this is Krishna is burning away my karma, Prabhu, I'm so happy, So this is a mental state of a devotee, isn't it? Why me? Devotee won't say, why me? What he says, try me. Try me. What Kunti Devi is saying, keep giving me problems. Because that way I will remember you, Krishna. You are always there with us. Because we cannot be on the platform, but at least if things are happening, Krishna is trying to do something in that situation where our karma is being burnt. And as we know, as we heard, it could be the problem could be this much, but he is reducing to this much, so that he's giving the concession. Always see in our Krishna, there is pass mark is always 40%, but sometimes not many people are passing. Then what they'll come up with? They'll come up with grace marks, isn't it? 10 marks आपको add करो, pass करो. I fall in that category, because I am waiting for that grace. Then the grace comes. Vishnu says, Indra Samara says always, since it is all Kali Yuga means mercy case, because nobody is qualified. Because this is all are mudras. But our only hope is the mercy of the spiritual masters. That's the only hope. That's what we can get from this verse. If we are in a state of mind, a state of consciousness to receive that mercy, the mercy is available, but we are not in a position to just take it. So we have to, as part of this New Year resolution, we have to focus more on the fundamental aspect of chanting and His Grace Srinandanandan Prabhu on the New Year's Eve. So he told 2 points. I asked him to briefly, address the congregation, just to give 2 points. So he said, 2026 is going to be more challenging. From whatever the news or statistics or whatever, 2026 is going to be more challenging, which is not a news for us because as Kali Yuga is moving forward, we are going to face more and more challenges. We are seeing the leaders changing the policies or making life tough and tough for us rather than smooth. That is inevitable. But the only solution for us is the shelter of the lotus feet of the Lordships. And another factor is that in this kind of an adversity, we all should associate and cooperate with each other to get through this. Amazing, isn't it? Because we have the shelter available, the mercy available. So we have to take shelter. That is one thing. And associate with the devotees and cooperate with each other. And we can sail through this difficulty. That's the only thing which we have. But how can we, somebody is not well or somebody is going through, Harishabri Prabhu is going through. So what everybody is doing? Everybody is coming together and praying. Prayers are so powerful. That's the only thing, we come and Prabhu, I'm going through this problem, like when they approach a senior devotee, please kindly advise me or give me some advice and then please pray for me. Because that's the only thing which is available for us. And we are very fortunate. We are very fortunate. So the same New Year celebration where people are breaking all the regulative principles and at the same time we are taking the same opportunity of celebrating this New Year's Eve, even though it's not a Vaishnava calendar. But we come in the association of devotees. What are we doing? We are also eating, feasting, but we are eating Krishna Prasad. We are also dancing, not for Bollywood or Hollywood. No, we are dancing for Kirtan. We are singing. We are singing the Lord's names. And we are in the association of devotees. We have that bliss, and that is the solution for us to all the problems of this. Right? If we keep talking, there are problems after problems after problems, because 90% are in misery, statistics, and only 4% are enjoying the bliss. Maybe that, this is the 4% which Prabhupada is addressing here. Those who are sincerely following the instructions, taking shelter of a guru and getting that mercy, and then enjoying that bliss. On and off we keep experiencing that bliss. All of you have. In between, there's maybe some of you are more bliss, like Rasika Prabhu, he's always in bliss. So but in the association of him, of such wonderful devotees, we can also experience bliss. So I was very much inspired by what Srinandananda Prabhu said, because that is the key for all of us in this new year, that take the association very seriously of the devotees. And that's the only way we can sail through this turbulence. Otherwise, and we know our spiritual masters are there, is a captain, like where there's so much turbulence in the sea. How if anybody has gone on a cruise or ship, It's so much disturbance. It's life or death situation. But they all depend on the captain, who is his spiritual master. He is taking us. The Prabhupada is promised. All we have to do is follow the four regulated principles, chant, be in the association of devotees, and follow the devotional service. Otherwise, it's very difficult to cross over. Any discussion, anything. It's just out of whatever came to my mind, I just spoke. Nothing.
Even in 2025, 4th Jan or 5th Jan, there was a plane crash, helicopter crash in Portamer. Around 30 something young baseball players around age of 16 to 20 died. So even in 2025, in the first week it happened. In 2026, first week it happened. 2027 something will happen. So it keeps happening.
Yeah, like Air India crash, like Air India crash or this fire, and then in Goa also some fire thing happened. And some news we come across, but so many things are happening, like birthday party, this party, like fire, and people do crazy things.
People still want New Year or New Year they want to enjoy.
See, chewing the chew, like basically, like they want to just go through that because we are, they are taught this material world is made for enjoyment. That's the basic difference. The more and more material opulences you are getting, the more you will be happy. What is the media doing? Hey, you get this, you will be happy. Isn't it? What are they saying? They say. And then a few years later, the same thing is proved that it is bad for you. Anything you say, anything to it, just take a plastic. They said plastic is very good. What we were doing, tell me. In my childhood, when I am going to market, my mom or my grandma used to give me a bag. I used to take the bag and they used to give me the list of items I have to buy. Go, give that slip, that guy will give, buy, put it in a bag, come back. Then they said, why you want to carry bag? We will give you bag. They started using plastic bags. They introduced. Okay? It has become for everything and anything, plastic. Now what happened? I don't know, some of you know that. There are islands of plastic in the ocean. Because what happens is all thing has become, and it is killing the aqua. Because it's a big island is forming with the plastic. Because they are dumping in the sea. And all this is forming a big island. And below, the aqua is dying because it's not getting the natural light, whatever it is. It's horrible, if you see. And now what they're saying, hey, plastic is bad. And they're banning plastic. At least here you are still getting, but California and all you go, you have to pay if you want to. And India, like much more advanced. Like now you don't get plastic everywhere. It is the disposable, nice, bags they are giving. So what are they advertising now? Go to the shop, any shop. Every shop has one bag you can buy, their brand. So bring the bag and some you see like almost 40 to 50 people are taking a bag now. Particularly, I was in New York. My daughter lives in New York. I went, and when I was going for shopping, Papa, take a bag. Like my grandma used to give. So she gave me bag because you go to the shop and then everybody carries a bag. And they buy the groceries, they put two bags, then they carry. It took me back to my childhood. That's exactly what's happening. So they invent any item you take. They invent and then they say they prove this is bad. So our only solution is taking Srila Srimad Bhagavatam, our Guru Parampara, and the message from Krishna. And that is our great fortune. That is our great fortune. This is Rohinathan Prabhu was nicely cultivating, and Ishkin Jinita, all college students and all like that. There are many students here. It's so nice to see on New Year's Eve, like instead of going and spending somewhere else, they are here, Mangalarti they attended, what a blissful way they are, they are able to start at that age. They have many options, but they chose because of associating with a wonderful devotee who is giving Krishna to them. And so that's the only hope for us. So this facility is there. Wonderful, beautiful deities are here. Our Guru's instructions are there. And we have leaders who are nicely leading and cultivating us. And they are there. And all the devotees are there for anything, whether it is sharing the happiness or distress, whatever we are going through. What else we can ask for? And at least we can start experiencing that bliss because this is there for me. Isn't it? That's a big, gift. You look out. People have this. Tell me. Do the materialistic people have? Your neighbor has this? No. When happiness happens, there's nobody. There's nobody. But here, people come and help out. They're ready to help out. Some families going through and they're like, they'll bring Prashadam. Doesn't matter. You're a second initiated, first initiated, or he is a congregation member. He has taken shelter of Krishna. He is our family. Srila Prabhupada's family. Where else you will get this? Sometimes we take it for granted. But if you just think outside of our, ISKCON world, it's not there. It's not there. So much struggle. So our resolution should be to be more serious, and I humbly beg all of you to pray for me so that I take this little more seriousness, and we all collectively should progress towards Krishna. Hare Krishna. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Please forgive me if I misspoke anything. Whatever I heard, I just shared it with you. And then wonderful instruction is that how important it is for us to have that mercy and shelter of our Guru, and ultimately Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Sacisuta Prabhuji ki jai.